right. Hello and good morning. All right. Today we are going to be talking about your pin stations. As your pin stations get older, the plastic in them on your retaining bows and your pins that hold in the retaining bow start to wear down. And you're going to start getting like weird J1 calls. You're just going to be getting pins in the table. And so you're going to start investigating your pin holders. Everything's going to be checking out down there. And you'll be overlooking this issue. Where even if you've got, like we have, in all of our pin stations, we've added these PVC extenders. Kind of like bow extenders you'd have on your 7 and 10. But we have them on all of our pin stations. It kind of just helps the pin sit in there better and then load better. But anyways, if you look, we can really move this retaining bow around, right? So with the pin in there, if it loads just a little bit wrong or at an angle, boom, look at that. That pin slips right past the top of that extender. And then when the table goes down, that pin is going to flip vertical. And then it's going to load wrong. And you're going to get a whole lot of problems. So, in order to fix this issue without going too nuts here, what we do is we just replace these pins first. And half the time that takes care of the issue. The other half of the time it doesn't. So we're going to start with that and go from there. This is just to avoid replacing the pin station entirely, because that is a whole debacle there. So we're just going to start here with these pins. You can take some long needle nose pliers and just pull them up. I don't know if you can see that, but that pin is really worn right there. Let's see if we can get the, there we go, screen turn back on. There we go. See that wear right there on that pin? That lets that retaining bow slip around and slide. You don't want that one bit. So we're going to take a new pin here. You can see this pin doesn't have that like valley or hill in it. It's nice and good. And we're going to just put it right back into our pliers like that and try to get it back into this hole. Some people say it doesn't matter which direction it goes in. Me personally, I think it does. I like to put it in kind of with the two prongs like this, so that the retaining bow is going to wear on these, whereas if you turned it, it would wear through this clip a lot faster and break. So keep in mind, with this clip out, that retaining bow could pop out at any second. So we're going to be really careful here and try to hold that retaining bow in place while we're getting this one back in. It's kind of a tricky angle here. Let's see if I can get in a better spot. Okay, there's one pin. You can already see that's made quite a difference. So let's go ahead and grab another pin. There's going to be another pin right on the back here. We're going to go ahead and put some pressure on the retaining bow when we pull this out, because it is definitely going to try to pop out, and we don't want to have to try to retime this unless we absolutely have to, because it can be a little tricky. Okay, there's the other pin. You can see this one is pretty worn as well. This back one, I find I have an easier time just using my fingers to get that pin in there. Let's go ahead and just get it clipped in. Come on. Come on, you. There we go. All right. Now, it doesn't wiggle around as much, which is good. Let's test it. We're going to take our pin. We're going to put it back in. It's a little better. But with a little bit of pressure, you can see that pin still slips past the bow extender. So let's go ahead and pull this pin out. And we're going to actually go ahead with replacing the bow extender and the rod. I forgot what it's called. Square shaft. It's this guy right here. Goes in the retaining bow. I'm not entirely sure if you got to replace this part too, but I just replaced it anyways because just to be safe. So we're gonna go ahead and remove these pins again and set them to the side because we're gonna use these ones. Try not to let your timing move on here. Easier said than done, but it does make this a little easier. Okay, so with both pins out, your retaining bow is going to slide right out, just like that. So now we have the job of taking this spring and these gears here. Those are gross. Do I have a towel? I do have a towel. Let's get those cleaned up real quick here so that they're not as gross and easier to see our timing. It's very important you time these right. So now if you just, we're going to take our other retaining bow, kind of try to keep it next to it so we can remember the orientation, because it does matter. And we're going to slide out that square shaft, discard this guy, and then we're going to hold on to these, keep them the same orientation, right? Now we're going to grab our new shaft right here. That's the old one. Oops. Get this started on here like this. Oh wait, am I doing this wrong? I am doing this wrong. So this needs to go in to the new retaining bow first, like this, and then we slide in the square shaft like that. All right. Get it nice and flush on there. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky, okay? You got to make sure your timing is right down here on your gear. You also have to get this spring to sit in the notch properly. So let's go ahead and start up here. Get it in here. Make sure timing is set right. It's too high. I'll go down a little. We want the square, the teeth on this retaining bow to sit, I think it's one tooth above the pin station tooth. So you can feel it. You move that gear, get that on there. Yep, there we go. So now what I like to do is I'll take one of our new pins that we just tried to install and didn't work, and we're gonna slide that one in on the top here. Okay, so our timing's good. You can check that by pressing down on your fin here, and if it doesn't work until you press down, you're good. Also, remember, we want it one tooth above. Ah, dang, it jumped. So we gotta move that again. Okay, there. So now, we gotta try to keep our timing in here. I'll bring you guys down there to see that timing in just a second. And now we've got a little spring here that we need to push forward. Pull this side slightly this way to get our spring in the groove. And then check our timing again, make sure that didn't mess up. Yep. Okay, now we've got our spring on. Our timing looks good. We're gonna go ahead and add that second pin back to the back of the pin station. Crap, don't drop it. Don't drop it. Okay, cool. Both of our pins are in, as you can see. I'll move you guys down so you can get a better look. So, pin, pin, and then here's that timing. It's kind of hard to get the camera in there. See on the gear for the square shaft there, we got one tooth above the gear on the pin station. Come on. This is tricky to get you guys in there to see. I guess here's a good angle. You can kind of see it there. One tooth above, and then we can press down on this. And now we're going to take a pin, stick it in here just to check. Yep, Our flap goes down, lets pins go past. Our timing is correct. Now we go ahead and throw our bow extender PVC back on. Remove it from the old retaining bow. And we throw this on here. It can be a little hard. You just gotta use your strength to press it on there. Now let's test it. Let's throw in our pin. Oh yeah. Oopsies. You guys almost died. Now I can really press on this and it does not fall one bit. Doesn't even let me get it past that bow extender. So yeah, there is a good way on how to partially rebuild your pin stations without having to actually replace the whole pin station itself. Thanks for watching.